we interrupt this program for the sales prevention department. Every month, every single month, I take one company and really piss them off. Now, sometimes I enjoy doing this. Other times I don't enjoy doing this because they've made me doing business with them so unenjoyable. But our victim this month, and for those of you that are attending as guests, you would be shocked, online guests, how many businesses actually have a formal sales prevention department in their business. Do you? This means that the processes and people and things that they have in place actually deter sales. Now, I know you might not admit that if that's the case, but I want to share a story with you about a company that I really like a lot. Ray, if you're in the room, you'll enjoy this story. Ray and I run the Diamond Mastermind groups and the 7-figure Mastermind groups for Renegade Global Entrepreneurs. And Ray, we've been ordering our food. I'm going to have to take a seat for this. It's a little painful. We've been ordering our food from these guys for probably about 1.5 years right now. And they're a great organization. They're reliable. They bring great food. They show up on time. But we just made a shift. And we said, you know what, the food's gotten a little monotonous. We always do a nice catered lunch in our mastermind meetings every single month. We kind of hang out for an hour and have a good time and get to know each other before we kick into the actual business building topics of the meeting. And these guys we do 3 meetings a month. So the Cheese Course delivers this beautifully catered lunch every single month. It's $200-300 or so. It's a beautiful lunch. Ray loves the cupcakes so much, he eats them all, but it's a different story for a different day. But it's really a great experience. The cheese, the salads, the sandwiches, we try to make the experience for Mastermind really a fun one. And just starting in July, I used a different company. I won't say who they are. It's a different Italian cafe that I used. I like these guys a lot. And I said, can you cater our lunch? And they've now done 2 of the 3 lunches that they're scheduled to do in the month of July for my Mastermind members. Now, I'm a $200 to $300 per week customer. It's not a ton of money, but it's a nice consistent revenue stream for the Cheese Course. Now, since I've not been a customer of the Cheese Course for the last 3 weeks, can any of you guess what has happened between the Cheese Course and I over the last 3 weeks? Say it again?
Nothing.
Is that what you really think? Nothing? You would be absolutely right. Now, let's talk about this for a minute, because amazing to me is the complaints I hear from general business owners today about how bad business is. We just can't seem to get to the revenue we want. Our ROI is okay, but it could be better. We're not getting the leads we want. We'd like to have a higher customer value. These are the complaints I hear from most businesses today. But then things like this happen. And it puzzles me. It absolutely puzzles me. Now, what could they have done when they realized that their $200 to $300 per week customer hasn't rang the phone and placed the order anymore? You guys ever think about this? Because we spend so much time working on the front end of our business and bringing in new and better and new and better and lead generation and traffic and bringing in new customers that we take total granted of the loyal customers that we already have in place that give us business. For me, every single week. For some, it's monthly, but for me, it's weekly. So now, the question I have for them, which I can't ask them now, but the question I really have for you, because I want to put you in these environments to think, am I doing this in my business? Am I making these mistakes? Because oftentimes, it's the mistakes that we make that are oftentimes more important than what we do right when we know what they are. So now, what could they have done that they haven't done yet? I want to have a conversation about that. You want to blurt something out? Well, at the very end of the day, there is this thing called the telephone. It's a phenomenal device. I think it's 9 digits, 305. Who's good at math? 9? Don't even dial the 1. Take the 1 out. How many numbers is it? 9 digits. Everybody has a mobile device. Mr. Cass, we're looking at our records, and we've noticed that you've been consistently ordering from us every single week for the last 12 consecutive months, and you haven't placed an order with us. Is everything okay? Now, that's not sophisticated marketing, is it? Not at all. Now, last I checked, email's free. And it's relatively easy to send, even from that phone of yours. It is a smartphone, right? I haven't gotten an email. Mr. Cass, we noticed $200 to $300 a week. It's not there anymore. Is everything okay? Is there anything we can do to win your business back? I've not gotten that email. Now, there's also something called postal mail. Now, that's not as reliable as email and a telephone, I'll be honest with you. I'm actually waiting for something for 3 weeks now that should have been here 3 weeks ago. But I could have got a postcard saying, we miss you. We'd love to have you back. I haven't gotten a postcard that says they miss me and they'd love to have me back. I'm actually slightly hurt that I haven't gotten the I miss you postcard. That's not that expensive. It's 20 to 30 cents a stamp to do that. Now, had I gotten just those 3 touches, do you think I would have felt differently about leaving the cheese course? Tell me, guys. I didn't get any of that, though. So now if I have a problem with the new company that I'm giving business to, I might call the cheese course again. But it would be very easy for me not to call the cheese course again, because the cheese course isn't that serious about me. I've been serious about them. They're good lunches, right, Robert?
Yes.
Yes. You would eat anything, but that's a different story for another day as well. All the sandwiches tend to go when you're there, right? So this happens all the time. You do it. I sometimes do it. Let's be honest, we're all human. This stuff happens all the time. Your greatest opportunity in business today is in your follow-up. What happens when a sale is made? So I want you to think today about the next time you make a sale. More importantly, the next time you're making multiple sales to the same customer, what are the different steps in place that you implement to continue to keep that person happy? More importantly, though, in keeping with this theme, what is it that you do when you start to see that somebody is no longer giving you business that's a consistent customer? Maybe it's continuity. For me, it's continuity. It's 3 to 4 lunches a month, 1 a week. So what are the bells that go off? Is there any kind of trigger that you create in your business where you go, wow, this person has an order from us in a month. That's a problem. We need to literally unleash the hounds on this business owner. Does that happen for any of you? It could, but usually what are we thinking about too much? The first date, right? We love the first date. We love to get that customer in for the first time. We love the marketing. We love the lead generation. We just want to get more and more and more and more customers. Nothing wrong with that. We should be doing that. But what are we doing to increase the customer value of the ones we already have? More importantly, what are we doing to keep the ones we have happy? More importantly than that is what are we doing to create a phenomenal experience that would make them feel bad leaving? Now, I felt slightly bad when I left. But since they didn't follow up with me, I started to feel not as bad as the weeks went on. What you want to create, what we want to create, is a feeling of, wow, I feel like I'm cheating on you if I go do business with someone else. Now, if you can create that feeling in your business, and this is an emotional thing, and today when we get into the storytelling for ultimate selling success, we're going to talk a lot about emotion, because emotion is a driver of everything, more important than logic. If you can create a feeling of, wow, they feel bad leaving, the pain of disconnect is just so high, then you have no idea the kind of traction, momentum, and leverage you'll get to create in your business. And ultimately what that will do in your business is what? It will make your business a wealth builder, not just a transaction-based income machine. Nothing wrong with income. I always pick on Bill in the back. He's my accountant. Bill and I both know one thing. We know that a business needs to generate income, and ultimately we need to parlay that income into wealth, right? Right, Bill? Bill's not a very loud guy, but he knows. Income and wealth. When you invest in the customer experience, when you invest in the relationship and not just the advertising, everything changes. We spend so much time investing in the advertising and the traffic and the lead generation that we forget to take the time to invest in the people, invest in the relationship, and invest in the long-term experience that you guys can create. Now, before I wrap and we get into the content of the day, there's 2 ladies over here that, actually, where's the other one? Where's your friend that was sitting in front of you? So there's a lady that came as a guest today, and I said, what do you do for a living? Do you remember what she said? She said, I create orgasms, but I'm not a hooker. This was her unique selling proposition, right? So the conversation I had with her, of course, was on a different level, but for the purpose of being here today publicly, not only live, but also on a worldwide webcast, is she's in the experience business. It's not what you think, by the way. It's actually kind of a cute thing that she does. Did she leave? Did she leave already? Oh my God, I turned her off already. This is not good. It's only the beginning of the day. That usually happens around 5:30 or 6 before I have people leaving because I've offended them. But so that's the thing. So the last question I leave you with here is, are you guilty of not doing enough before and after the sale? This is a question I want you to ask yourself every single week when you make a sale, 5 sales, 10 sales, is am I guilty of not doing enough? More so after the sale. You probably did a good job before the sale to get the sale, but am I not doing enough after the sale? Because the greatest opportunity, like I said a couple times here today, to move the needle and elevate customer value and create a better, stronger bond in a relationship with your customers and clients is what happens after the sale.